Kyle Larson recently stated that he may skip Indy 500 qualifying if it conflicts with the NASCAR All-Star Race in North Wilkesboro. Larson intends to compete in both the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600, both scheduled for May 25th. But, before those two major occurrences, there is a conflict on May 18th. That day features both the Fast 6 final qualifying round for the Indy 500 and the $1 million All-Star Race in North Wilkesboro. And you can guess which one has priority. But what does this mean for his IndyCar dream? Does he have to give up on that one? This year's Fast 6 qualifying starts 1 hour later than previous year. This makes it extremely difficult for Larson to compete in both competitions. But still, why would one of the world's best drivers pass up a chance to start from the pole at the Indianapolis 500? If Kyle Larson qualifies for the Fast 6 at Indianapolis, he must choose between staying and attempting to earn pole position or flying to North Carolina in time for the All-Star Race. In an interview with Fox Sports, he made this apparent. He'd rather forego the last Indy 500 qualifying round and compete in the All-Star event for $1 million. He stated that starting 6th at Indy would be acceptable if it meant he could still race at Wilkesboro and perhaps win big. Larson made waves last year when he chose to race the Indy 500 instead of the Coca-Cola 600 due to weather delays. That decision pushed NASCAR to seriously consider how to handle such situations in the future. They even introduced regulation adjustments to prevent drivers from missing key cup races. However, because the All-Star Race is not part of the regular season, Larson can choose to forego Indy qualifying. Larson has already been doing double duty last weekend. He was called in to drive the number 88 vehicle for JR Motorsports in the Xfinity Series after 18-year-old Connor Zilisch was unable to compete due to a back injury sustained at Talladega. Zilisch's injury is minimal, but because he is so young, the club and his doctors want to exercise caution. So Larson filled in for the Andy's Frozen Custard 300 at Texas Motor Speedway. Larson's performance in the number 88 vehicle made him an instant favorite to win. On May 3, 2025, he accomplished just that. Larson won the race in Texas, adding another Xfinity Series victory to his record. But it was not simple. He faced stiff opponents like as his teammate Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, and Sam Mayer. Before Larson ultimately crossed the finish line, the race went into overtime several times. It was a hard-earned victory, demonstrating that even when he is filling in, he takes each race seriously. That win was more than just a victory for Larson. It also helped JR Motorsports maintain a solid position in the owner's standings. While Zilisch loses points for skipping the race, the team wins significant owner points due to Larson's first-place finish. That might make a significant difference by the conclusion of the season. Larson has already completed 3 Xfinity races this season. He has won 2 out of 3. That means he has a 66% win percentage in the 2025 series. Numbers like that demonstrate how dominant he can be, even when switching between vehicles and series. We're waiting to see what happens next. Will Larson go all in for the Indy 500 pole, or go to Wilkesboro for a $1 million payday? The ultimate choice may be based on how fast his Indy car is during the first rounds of qualifying. If he isn't in the Fast 6, the decision becomes simple. But if he is, Larson will have to stick to his original strategy and prioritize the All-Star Race. What makes this even more intriguing is that the NASCAR All-Star Contest is not a regular season points contest. It's an exhibition, but the winner will get a grand prize of $1 million. Larson certainly enjoys the money and the fame that comes with winning at North Wilkesboro. At the same time, missing out on the opportunity to start first in the Indy 500 is a significant thing. Pole position at Indy is one of the most coveted starting positions in all of racing. It sets the tone for the whole event. But Larson appears willing to give that up if it means racing in front of NASCAR fans at Wilkesboro and earning a large sum of money. Kyle Larson demonstrates his ability to balance strategy, competition, and business by opting for the All-Star Race over Fast 6 qualifying. He is one of the few drivers with the talent to compete in both NASCAR and IndyCar. That makes each decision he takes seem more significant. Fans can expect more excitement, drama, and memorable moments. Whether he's racing in Texas, Indianapolis, or North Carolina, Kyle Larson remains one of the most talked about names in motorsport. Kyle Larson won the 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series, Andy's Frozen Custard 300 at Texas Motor Speedway, which was one of the season's most furious and chaotic events. This race was already going to be exciting because Larson was taking over as a backup driver. Josh Bilicki, driving vehicle number 91, issued another early caution. Throughout all of this, Allgaier began to dominate. He grabbed control of Stage 1 by leading the final 24 laps and winning it. His number 7 vehicle was quick and consistent. Larson was quietly working his way up the rankings at this point, demonstrating that he had the speed to challenge. As the race progressed to Stage 2, Austin Hill made his move. He managed to pass Allgaier and break away from the pack. Hill's vehicle was the fastest on this stage. He seemed unstoppable. Then, in the last laps of Stage 2, Chris Wright, driving vehicle number 5, lost control and skidded down the backstretch. This resulted in another caution flag, allowing Hill to win the stage. Wright's errors were a recurring theme throughout the race. The final stage was very chaotic. Right away, a massive crash dashed the aspirations of at least 12 drivers. Josh Williams was in car number 11, together with Corey Day, Taylor Gray, and Sam Mayer. Their cars spun through the grass, which is generally a disaster in Texas since the grass tears up the front end of the vehicle. All of them were eliminated from contention after that. Larson managed to dodge the catastrophe, navigating through the smoke and debris with no damage. Following the restart, Allgaier and Hill resumed their struggle for the lead. Larson remained close behind, waiting for his time. Sheldon Creed, who was on a roll, got into a fight with Jesse Love and Corey Day. Creed's number 00 car drove into the inside wall, terminating his day and causing damage to others. That crash made it considerably more difficult for Day to recuperate from the previous wreck. When the green flag pit stops arrived, everything changed again. Larson outperformed Allgaier and Hill with impeccable timing and pit strategy. He took the lead for the first time in the race. Allgaier had led more than 90 laps up to that time, but when he returned from his pit stop, he encountered slower traffic. Chris Wright, the same driver who had previously spun out, was once again in the wrong position at the wrong time. As Allgaier attempted to pass him, Wright's car either impeded or caused confusion, causing Allgaier to collide with the wall nose first. That collision terminated Allgaier's day and eliminated one of Larson's top challengers. With Allgaier gone, Larson had a clear shot. However, the race was far from finished. With less than 10 laps remaining, Corey Day issued another caution. This reset the field again. Larson chose to pit for 4 fresh tires. Meanwhile, Austin Hill and a few others remained outside. This was a strategic risk for Larson. He had to resume from somewhere around 10th place with very little time remaining. Larson made a tremendous charge during the next restart. He advanced numerous positions swiftly. Then Sammy Smith lost control of Hill's automobile from the nose. That resulted in another caution and sent the race into overtime. There were only 5 laps left, and the race could go either way. Things got worse during the overtime restart. Jeremy Clements collided with the wall, resulting in a second overtime. That meant more drama for the audience and more work for the drivers. Larson remained calm under pressure. He took advantage of his new tires, making clean passes when the green flag flew again. He eventually drew ahead, with Taylor Gray and Riley Herbst fighting behind him. Larson crossed the finish line first, giving the number 88 JR Motorsports squad a decisive victory. He came in for Connor Zilisch and performed an outstanding performance. It is crucial to highlight that Larson's victory was neither easy or straightforward. He had to contend with at least 8 caution periods, a big pileup involving a dozen vehicles, multiple close clashes with top drivers, and 2 overtime restarts. Throughout the race, he passed around 19 cars, made savvy pit stops, and survived the drama generated by slower cars such as Chris Wright's number 5. Larson made yet another appearance of the season in the Xfinity Series, demonstrating that even when he moves down from the Cup Series, he remains one of NASCAR's finest. So, what will he do? Will he miss qualifying to go for the $1 million? Or will he try and start front row for the Indy 500? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.